distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
So when you have two good speakers speak before you, it's either you make sense or you don't. So I'll try to make a bit of sense. But I think our two sisters before me deserve another applause. Thank you. So they talk fundamentally about women development. But let me give you some statistics from my chosen area. Sometimes I don't think it's by choice. I think I was sent there. And that's politics. So you can be a professional in your field. You can be the best professional in your chosen area, be law, engineering, medicine, agriculture, academics, you name it. But if you don't have the right people taking the right decisions for you, whatever you do, the impact is hardly felt as a professional. And that's to say, for those of us who shy away from going into public service and for our purposes, politics, you need to reconsider that. I remember when I got into the space and I got so frustrated and I wanted to leave. One of the things I was told was, stupidity is not a handicap in politics. Everybody has a role to play in there. It's up to you to amplify the knowledge you bring on board. So if you are not considering being part of decision making, you need to look at it. But let me go ahead with the statistics when it comes to female participation in politics in this country. And one of the key areas is our parliament. So when you take from 1960, and I want you to see the trend, there were 104 parliamentarians, only 10 were women, 9.6%. 1965, 104, 19, 18.2%. 1969, 140, we had only one woman, 0.7%. 1971, 140, we had 5 women, 3.5%. 1992, we had 200, only 16 were women, that's 8%. 1996, 218 were women, 9%. 2000, 219 were women. So if you realize we're either increasing by 2, 1, 3, 2,219, 9.5%. 2004, 230, 25 were women, 10.9%. 2008, 230, 20 were women, 10%. 2012, 275, 31 were women, 11%. 2016, 275, 38 women. That's about 13%. And in the current parliament, we have 40 women. An improvement of 2 women since 2016. And the 40 is split between the two sides. I was speaking to one of the female leaders and she was like, oh, we split everything. There are 20 on minority side, there are 20 on majority side. There are 2 widows on majority side, 2 widows on minority side. 1 Muslim on minority side, 1 Muslim on majority side. That is what you call parity. Not the kind of parity we are seeing now. Gender parity is an SDG, SDG 5. We are supposed to achieve gender parity in 2030. Is this achievable at the rate that we are going? SDGs come to an end in 2030. I think African Union also has a policy that has a target of 2030. Is this achievable? Who can make it achievable? It's you and I. We've gone beyond the days where women are supposed to be in the background. Women are not supposed to be seen. Women are not supposed to be heard. No nation can be developed if men and women don't have equal opportunities. I couldn't. It was too much for me, not because they were caning me, but the caning that others were receiving. I couldn't bear it. That is just me. There may be a number of us. So now that I'm a mother, I made sure that my kids went to a madrasa that teaches knowledge like knowledge has to be taught. Clean environment, proper, because the schools we go to are not different from what we are teaching. The only diversion is the kind of knowledge that goes in there. And it all counts to how we develop ourselves and the quality that we find ourselves in. When it comes to gender parity, like I said, we are words, but it's a commitment we have to make for ourselves. I found myself involved in an NGO for mentorship of Muslim girls, and the revelations were heartbreaking. And I've made it a commitment to myself that if I find myself to mentor any Muslim girl, I will do it and do it. Because at the end of the day, when you sit in a room and they mention a Muslim woman, you are the only one. They mention a Northern woman, you are the only one. They mention a Zongo woman, you are the only one. How do you feel? When it comes to voting, when it comes to bringing the other perspectives of what we hold dear, how many are you there to make sure that that input makes an impact? So I didn't bore you much. The worst is even district assembly election. We are not even 10% in there. And I'm sure when we drill it down and disaggregate it, our case as Muslim women will be worse. So what I will plead is, let's all make a conscious effort. It's not easy, but it looks like with a little effort, from what lawyer said, we need to be deliberate. Even if the political parties come with quotas, political parties come with legislations or policies that protect women in certain fields. If you don't have the quality, if you don't know what it takes, there's no way you are going to benefit from all those legislations and all those policies. For me, the little I know is one of the first words that was revealed is Ikra. So if we have all this background and we are seeking knowledge, knowledge is as useless as it is, forgive my language, if it's not beneficial to your community. You can be the best of everything, but if it's not making impact on the people, because by virtue of the fact that you find yourself in a leadership position, it's not because you are the best. You've been put there for a purpose by your maker. Anybody could have been there. You are not special. You are put there to make an impact. And for us women, when a woman commits a crime, it's all women. When a man commits a crime, it's him. That's what the society has come to accept. So when you find yourself in every situation, know that as a female, as a woman, your track record is what will determine the future of those after you. Assalamu alaikum.